Welcome to
another final discussion, review, whatever you want to call it.
Discussion. Today, what are we doing?
We have a treat. Last time we talked about some psych bands, some sick other rock and roll bands. Today, we're going to talk about some of the bands that we didn't have time for because that video was like an hour long.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Dio. We're going to talk about Iron Maiden. We're going to talk about Metallica. We're going to talk about Judas Priest. We're going to talk about Motorhead. He's got the t-shirt. I got some albums. And we're going to talk about some Megadeth. Maybe some Sword. Maybe some more.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands that we could talk about. First thing is first. The king of rock and roll himself. Dio.
Ronnie James Dio. One of the best, one of the greatest.
How did you discover Dio?
Honestly, would have to probably say from you. Probably caught
on.
You maybe showed me him a couple years ago, and like I don't know why I never knew him before. It's like I'm sure I probably heard his stuff with Black Sabbath, but his stuff's amazing. His stuff with Rainbow is sick.
Oh yeah.
His stuff with Sabbath, I mean, it's just as good as the stuff with Ozzy.
Yeah, I feel like the sick thing about Dio is like, you know, he had Elf, which is like a heavier, slower stoner shit.
It's kind of like psych stone rock, kind of.
And then with Black Sabbath, it was like kick your ass rock and roll, just like all of his other music. And that's what's sick about Dio, is because people were so bummed on him when he was in Black Sabbath, but in reality, he killed it, and Ozzy killed it. They both had their own genres. When you have fucking Geezer Bill and Tony Iommi behind you, you're gonna kill it regardless. And I've always known that Dio is because my uncle's pretty much raised me around that shit, and it's always stuck around.
Yeah. So you can't go wrong with Dio. It's like I always heard that, I always thought that once Dio joined Black Sabbath that they should change their name, but you know, of course they weren't going to because of I think it's going to sell more records with the Black Sabbath name on it. But I mean, Dio can stand his own, so I mean.
And he was so tiny, and he just fucking sang so loud and gnarly.
Yeah, he's definitely missed.
Yeah, he's sick, man. Next, Judas Priest.
Cannot go wrong with Judas Priest. They're about to come out with a new album actually like next month.
I think it's July 8th.
I think so. It's coming up pretty fast.
If you haven't heard any of their new songs, they dropped a couple. And
yeah, some of them are sick.
There's one song that kind of sucks. One song. What was it called?
I can't even remember.
It was their something. I don't even.
Yeah, it's like remember. If you heard it, you would know exactly which one we're talking about. And
I know there's a lot of people out there that will like it, but that's their problem.
Yeah, I mean, Judas Priest is so sick that we'll give him a buy.
No, of course we'll allow it. You're always allowed one song.
Yeah, but my favorite Judas Priest album is this one right here, Defenders of the Earth. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Defenders of the Faith actually is what it's called.
Your favorite album? You don't even know what it's called. Wow.
That was close.
About this album though is Free Will Burning. It's one of my favorite songs. But my favorite song
Free Will Burning!
Free Will Burning!
Free Will Burning! So sick.
Yeah, my favorite song by Judas though I think is Victim of Changes. If you guys haven't heard that, I don't even think have you heard that song?
Maybe. I don't know why I wouldn't have.
It's slower and it's gnarlier and it's just...
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so awesome. And same with his singing, he's so up there. And I was watching a concert not too long ago of him, and the whole time he just sat on his bike, just killing it. It was awesome.
Sounds about right.
And it was cool too, because I guess whenever like he wore the leather and everyone just got psyched on the leather, they didn't know that he was gay and just wore it because of it. But leather's sick. Hell bent for leather. Hell bent for leather. That's another good one. What's next? What's next? We'd spend 2 hours talking about each one of these bands.
Drum roll, please. You can't have a discussion about metal without Metallica. 2 sick albums. My favorite album from Metallica's probably kill them all.
Probably. No, I think Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning is also very sick as well. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of them.
Yeah, man.
The fucking sickest song from Metallica is From Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, that's an early one.
I mean, it's probably like the sickest song ever.
Mine's Four Horsemen.
Yeah, that one's sick too.
Just because the drums sound like horse hooves.
Yeah, Seek and Destroy, another sick song. I mean, it's like huge wrestling fans here. Seek and Destroy, Sting. Every time I hear that song, Sting's about to come down from my roof. Or From Who the Bell Tolls, should be The Undertaker. So sick though. What do you think about these albums, Daryl?
This is my favorite album. This is how I found out about Metallica. Fight Fire with Fire, Ride the Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Fade to Black, which is another mind-blowing, because people thought, when they first heard it, they were like, what is this shit? And then when it kicked in, they're like, this shit rules is what it is. Trapped Under Ice, definitely one of my favorite. Escape. Creeping Death. Damn, that song is. And The Call of Cthulhu.
Yes, sir. Another sick song on this album, Whiplash.
Oh yeah, of course, Whiplash. I mean, these two albums and Master of Puppets is probably all.
Master of Puppets is another really favorite song of mine.
I feel like after that album, they kind of just suck, and I feel like a lot of people out there could probably.
I think their newer stuff's kind of all right. I mean, it's.
Oh
right.
yeah, no.
And their new song they released, I actually really dig it.
It's like, yeah, their new song actually is really kick-ass.
I'm hoping the rest of the album sounds like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I mean, they all kill it.
It's like the last album they did with Lou Reed, though.
I love Lou Reed. I love the Velvet Underground. And I love Metallica.
It was just like two different styles, and it honestly didn't.
You can't put them together, man. It's just. I mean, it's just like putting like Black Sabbath and fucking Jim Morrison together.
It's like
just
putting peanut butter and onions together. It just doesn't work.
No.
It's nasty.
But Metallica, they rule. I hope everyone knows who they are that's watching this.
Yes, sir. It's like, I'm going to get a Metallica t-shirt, he's going to get an AC/DC t-shirt, and we're going to be just like Beavis and Butthead.
We could be. That's our dream in life.
It is. I mean, we're already kind of starting it with these videos. So.
Yeah. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Hell yeah.
Next band is,
Motorhead!
We are the Road Crew.
Ace of Spades! Ace of Spades! What a sick album from Motorhead.
Oh, dude, this is my favorite one, and it always will be. I've heard so many of their albums, and this one still is just the one. Motorhead's definitely up in my top 5.
Oh, easily. Mine too. They're probably like top 3.
Look how badass they look.
I mean, it's like Lemmy is just amazing. He's such an amazing musician.
The way he sings and the way he puts his lyrics together is crazy. I mean, even in the new album.
Yeah, Aftershock is a really solid album from them too.
That album, that surprised me. I mean, I knew it when it sucked because it's Motorhead, obviously, but I had a feeling they didn't have that spark anymore, I guess. And, I mean, they pulled it off, and they killed it. They really, 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 really killed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, shout out to Triple H as well. He comes out to Motorhead like all the time on a weekly basis. He's a huge Metallica fan, a huge Motorhead fan, and that's why I'm a huge Triple H fan. So shout out to him for liking sick music like Motorhead and Metallica.
Yeah. So let's read them the track listing just in case they don't know.
We're gonna do a little Motorhead Ace of Spades impromptu review for you right now because it deserves it. Of course, it deserves a little own spot.
The chase is better than the catch. Love Me Like a Reptile. Shoot You in the Back, which is a sick ass song.
Oh, very sick.
Love to Win. Fast and Loose, another one. We Are the Road Crew.
Oh, I love that song.
Probably my favorite song. Ace of Spades, of course. Fire. Jailbait, I couldn't read them. Dance, Bite the Bullet. And another one of my favorites, The Hammer.
Which is what he throws all the time.
Yep. Skateboarding.
Yeah.
And it's cool because skateboarding has brought me to so much music because of skate videos. You know, people skate to a band. I'm like, dang, that song is really sick. And then I'll look, and then I'm like, damn, this band is really sick. So I mean, I've known Motorhead for quite some time, though. I mean, been skating for 10 years, so a lot of music in my head, and a lot of albums and CDs and tapes and vinyls and everything. We have it.
Yeah, it's like Motorhead's probably one of my first like heavy metal bands that I've honestly listen to. And I actually have to thank Triple H for introducing me to Motorhead, because he's been coming out to Motorhead since like 2000.
Yeah, he's been coming out.
So I was like, I've known about them since like for like the last 14, 15 years, and they're like one band that I've just kind of caught on with since the beginning. Well, I mean not the beginning, but for the last like 15 years.
Yeah. He comes out to the song, The Game.
And King of Kings, which is a custom-made song that they did for Triple H.
Yeah.
Because Triple H is badass, and so is Motorhead, so...
It's all about the game, and how you play it's all about control, and if you can't take it.
It's like we went to Raw a couple weeks ago, and at the end of the show, Triple H left the ring to King of Kings, and they played the entire song all the way through. That's probably one of the best parts of the show.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one. So, Motorhead, I hope everyone out there loves Motorhead.
Thumbs up.
Make that 3.
Yeah.
Make that 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next guys we're talking about here.
I'm talking a little bit Megadeth. And this is my favorite Megadeth album so far, so good. So what? I don't know if Daryl's super familiar with this.
No, I mean, I know Megadeth. I love rock and roll, I love heavy metal, all that old shit. And I haven't got to Megadeth yet because I like to take my time on bands and I like to really listen to full albums and I really like to study them and study their songs and, you know, just get familiar. And the shit I have heard from Megadeth definitely rules.
They're really sick. Dave Mustaine, who's the lead singer of Megadeth, was actually originally in Metallica.
Yep.
And they kicked him out because I think of drugs or something. Yeah, and he came on, he went on and formed his own band, which is probably just as sick, if not maybe sicker than Metallica. That's Megadeth.
Yeah, Megadeth. There's some thrashers though.
And they came out with an album last year that's actually pretty good too. And my favorite song, I love the cover they do of the Sex Pistols song "Anarchy in the UK" on here. They really do a really good cover. It's like instead of a punk version, it's like a heavy metal version. It sounds really killer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I have heard of them, they definitely.
Yeah. Into the Lungs of Hell, another sick song. Set the World Afire. You cannot go wrong with Megadeth.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I'm definitely going to study them.
Yes,
take my time on them and get to know the music.
I'm about to give Daryl some homework tonight, and that's listen to Megadeth. Especially the album So Far, So Good. So what?
About to get A+.
No, you better, or else I'm going to expel you. You're going to have to listen to Megadeth 100 times over.
Sounds good. I'm going to fail on purpose. And next is Home.
A little bit of a newer band.
Home. Boom, boom, boom.
The Sword.
Whoa!
I'll drop it.
The Sword. Oh my god, dude, these dudes are sick.
They are, it's like, you hear bands like this and you're like, okay, there's hope for music today.
Yeah, of course.
When you hear The Sword.
Because these guys are actually noticed. So the dudes that are in the underground are just as good, if not better. But these guys are the ones that are going to bring them up afloat, and everyone's going to be like, damn, the 90s butt rock music is over. Now the 2014 stoner speed rock is here to stay. And that's how I hope it is, because The Sword, they can open up a lot of doors. They play with a lot of really good bands. We just seen them not too long ago.
Yeah, it was like back in March, I think, and they absolutely killed it. They just blew my head off pretty much.
They're just like a mix of Black Sabbath and Metallica, pretty much. Slayer. Like, they have songs that are slow, and then they have songs that are just really fast and make you want to jump into shit and punch stuff or whatever. But The Sword is good.
They're really, really good. It's like this is their last album that they just came out with, I think, in 2012.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's called something. Can't even see it. I'm blind.
Yeah, I can't read it. We're blind.
It's sick. It looks like that. It's just a sick album.
Yeah, you should look into them. There's not too much history I know about them.
SwordofDoom.com. That's their website.
SwordofDoom.com.
So this is in the back. They have a Twitter too. It's The Sword.
Yeah, and
Their
I think they have Instagram
also
too.
The Sword of Doom.
Yeah, Instagram is Sword of Doom @SwordofDoom.
Sick band.
So look them up, look into them, get to know them.
Sick.
We'll have a session of just The Sword on a vinyl review soon.
Mm-hmm.
Give you some taste of the music and the songs. And last,
I'm gonna do a little quick honorable mention here. I don't know if you're too familiar with Speedwolf, but they're influenced by Motorhead. And I'm not gonna like super back them because they have some sketchy songs. Like they have a song. They're out of Denver, is where they're out of, and they have a song called Denver 666. And I don't really mess with that stuff, but so it's not a bad album. Not a bad album.
Yeah,
Some
I've
of the stuff's
heard a
sketchy.
little bit of them, and they do have a pretty decent sound. The singing I was kind of with, but I mean, I could handle it. I could deal
it's
with
like
it.
some songs are better than others.
Yeah, exactly. So, what else should we add? Should we talk about?
Is there any other bands that we missed? I know there's.
I mean, I'm sure
Iron
there is
Maiden,
Iron Maiden, Motley Crue.
For some reason, I have no idea why. I don't have any Iron Maiden albums.
Or Motley Crue.
I heard of Motley Crue. I have Motley Crue cassettes, but I don't have Motley Crue albums.
Crue. My favorite song with Motley Crue, I'll just say right now, is fucking Knock 'em Dead. I almost said Kill 'em All. Knock 'em Dead, kid. Fast, makes you want to fight.
Yeah, we're actually seeing Motley Crue here in a couple weeks, July 5th, and I'm really psyched. And Alice Cooper, another band.
Yes,
his like later stuff too is like really heavy metal stuff, like Fists of, I don't even know what it's called, but it's got like a hand on the cover with eyes on it. It's like an Alice Cooper album. I have it back there. I'm not gonna dig it out, but just take my word, it's like 80s stuff. Alice Cooper 80s era.
Right. We just need some feedback, some more feedback. Everyone's giving us some good feedback, but
yes, I mean, I actually do want to touch on this because you know some people actually thumb down the videos, and I don't know if people necessarily like know, you know, they don't really know us. I think some of the things that we say maybe it might offend them.
Maybe offends. If we say things that offend you, it's
like for the most part, like we're joking around, it's just who we are. So you can't really take us like super serious. I mean, when we're talking about the bands, we're gonna be serious, or we're gonna like give you the information
real
we like.
Real info. We like to have fun though. We'd like feedback to maybe see what you guys want us to talk about, what band, what. We'll review anything, but if it sucks, we're gonna tell you it sucks.
I mean, yeah, if that's our opinion. I mean, it's our opinion. I mean, you can't really like thumbs down our opinion. I mean, I do really appreciate the couple people that did comment on the videos and give us a positive feedback. I think his name was like Donald Rocks.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate the good vibes and the positive comments.
Yep.
We really do appreciate it.
Good stuff. Anything else?
I mean, I'm sure we'll have some more reviews and shit up soon. Trying to watch my language here. It slipped out. That's what she said.
So, until next time on Vinyl Reviews, I'm Daryl.
I'm Cody Shakazulu.
And this has been our Vinyl Review, and we give all those bands 2 thumbs up.